you need to figure out what better means for you personally, because there may not really be, better. There's different. That's usually what you can get. Yes, there's more attractive by your standards, right? And when it comes to personality, there might be some personalities that you prefer, okay? And that might be better, but that's not something you attract because you have more money. That's something you attract because I wouldn't say you attract it. That's something that you discover and that you find, right? Guys have this fantasy. So women have, their fantasies, and this is a male fantasy. Oh, if I just make more money, then all the beautiful women will just fall from the sky. But one thing, I remember when I was growing up, my mom used to say to me, all you got to do is get a good job and a good woman will come and find you. Well, you know what? What she didn't tell me is that the bad women will find you too. And the bad women will find you faster. I'm telling you, they find you faster. I mean, I touched on this in another place, but, I generally think that most women who will come after you, you don't really want to be with them. I went out with a girl, and when I met her off Tinder, and she said to me, oh, there was another guy that wanted to meet me the same night. He just invited me straight to his house, but you were going to take me out. So that's why I went with you. Now, I don't know, maybe that guy was also way more attractive than me. Probably, because I never invite girls straight to my house because it never leads me to get anything good. So, maybe he's more attractive than me. So, he can run that and it can work for him. But in my case, I don't do that because, I don't want to just have ugly bitches showing up at my house, I don't. I mean, they might be very beautiful on the inside. I'm not saying they can't be beautiful on the inside, but I just, I don't, then you got to try and kick her out later. I mean, it's just, my attractiveness level doesn't allow me to find women coming straight over to my place. Okay. That's the reality. I wish it's not true. I wish it wasn't true, but it is. And most of you who are watching this video, that's true for you too. I don't care how much money you have. Any girl who sees your money and wants to be with you is not a girl that you want to be with, almost invariably. And oftentimes, interestingly, a lot of my clients, they learned how to date and how to be successful with women when they didn't have money. And then when they got money, it actually made things worse. It made things more difficult because girls were thinking, oh, this guy probably gets all these girls. They're always coming over. They're always seeing him. They see how much money he has and they want to be with him. And they made it more difficult. I had a client, he downgraded his apartment. He got a less nice apartment because in his really nice apartment, he got so many girls not wanting, they'd come over, they'd see it, wow, and then they wouldn't want to sleep with him because they'd be worried that, he's just always sleeping with random women and they don't want to be the next slut, right? That's in their mind. They're like, oh, I don't want to be one of those slutty girls who just comes over and begs. So these are good women, right? Because they're not obviously gold diggers. That's why they weren't just trying to, get in there easily and grab him. And they're thinking, oh, he probably has a lot of women. Maybe, I'm not going to be one that he's going to really think much of. He downgraded his apartment. I know another guy, he lived in a really nice apartment. He would lie and tell girls he lived somewhere else. and they'd only find out when they went back to his place that he had a really nice place. Whereas, because if he did it the other way, the girls would go, oh, he's probably a playboy. He probably has all these girls. Oh, whatever. So, guys have a lot of this idea. They got it wrong a lot of the times. And so most of the guys, they believe me, they wish that after they got all that money, they could have used it for girls, but it didn't really help in getting girls. Now it does help in your relationships in a way. Because you can make things a lot easier for you and for the girl. And I'm not talking about being lazy in terms of creating experiences, but I'm talking about things like, you can get the girl a taxi instead of her taking public transportation, things like that. So it means that there's less energy for her. It's necessary for her to come and meet you. It means that, if you want her to dress a certain way, then you can buy the clothes for her that you want her to dress, or you can give her the money that you want her to, how you want her to dress. Things like that. That's how money is helpful, but it's not helpful in terms of getting girls. What you really want is a girl who's totally happy taking public transportation, who is buys her own clothes and is happy with what she wears and doesn't mind spending her own money on it, but is really happy for you to offer to take care of her at like a slightly higher level. That's really what you want. A girl who's okay with a kind of normal life, but will enjoy if there's more. If you have any questions that I didn't answer, put them in the comments below. Once again, don't be a dick in the comments section. I don't like dicks. See ya.